Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to talk about keyframing. Keyframing is probably one of the most important tools of video editing just across all video editing software platforms. There's not a lot that you can do at any kind of an advanced level without being able to have the use of keyframes. A lot of those fancy transitions that you see on some of the other, like we'll say prosumer type applications like a CapCut or Canva and things of that nature, they use keyframes, and that's what they're doing. They're able to use those keyframes in a way that you don't know about it, but that's what they're doing. They're using masking, they're using keyframes. But today, as a beginner video, we're going to talk about these keyframes. And the main reason why is because for a lot of beginners that get into video editing, they are kind of intimidated by the keyframes. So we're going to put it in simple terms, we're going to do some examples, and then we're going to let you practice. Let's get into this video. Okay, here we go, guys. We're getting ready to come in here and do a little keyframe. I'm going to try to go through this for you about as quick as I can, but without leaving any stones unturned. So if you got any questions at all, please drop it in the comment, because I will be checking my comments. I'm hyped about growing the channel and being able to be of value to you guys. So trust me, I'll be coming back and I'll be looking in to see if anybody has any questions or if I can bring any more added value to you. So right here, I've just got this one camera angle that I have on myself. It was part of another little small practice set because I practice. But this camera was behind me, and there is no zooming or anything. It's just one shot. So as you can see, this is what it is. That's all. Now, what I done here was I'm going to show you what I've done. Okay, it's just a camera, like a behind the shoulder camera angle, and I want to animate this. Okay, what I think it would add a lot more drama and feel to it if I emulate a camera push in. So now it's me shooting myself, so I don't have a way to do the camera push in by myself unless I use a slider, but we don't need to do that. So using the keyframe, when you drop a keyframe, that's like you get ready to hold something down, right? And then you go to where you want that thing to change it, or you want the end of that change to happen, you put another keyframe down, and then the software will basically figure out what happens in between. And so if I want to animate a camera push in right here, all I have to do is go drop a keyframe on the front to lock it down, and then go to where I want that push in to complete, drop another keyframe simply by scaling up. Whatever action I do after I drop that initial keyframe, that's where the next keyframe will be placed. So pay attention, stay with me here. I'm gonna try to take this as slow as I can because I want you to get it. I really want you to get it. All right, right now, I'm getting ready to drop a keyframe right at the beginning of this video clip. Boom, keyframe is dropped. That means we locked in at 1 point scale, right? I'm gonna come over all the way to where I want to actually zoom, and I want to come to about right here, because we're going to end up fading to black and going into the end title, which is going to be this little title card that I just made. Okay, now let's come over here again. It's not going to change until after I make a change within the parameters of the scale. So how far do I want that camera push in to be by the time we get over to here? This is where you come in. Right here on my zoom, I'm zooming in. That's how far I want it to come in, okay? Actually, you know what? Let me bring it back some. Because I want this push in to be somewhat slow, because I got a nice slow track on here. I'm gonna go ahead and reduce the volume on this track too. I think I'm gonna put it about -30, because I've heard it already. So I know that -30 will be good. So right now, what I've done is I've animated this clip right now using keyframes. I've just animated a camera push in. Let's go. You see that? It's zooming in. The scale over here is changing. You can see that scale over here is changing. And by the time it gets over here to the end, it will be in. It's just as if I was actually pushing the camera in on myself, okay? Now, what we'll do is we'll come in and add some music. And so what I also want to do is, by the time I get to the end of that keyframe, I want my music volume to be at the level that I want it at. And then when the clip is over, I want the volume to go up even more while the ending credit happens. So I'm going to also animate the volume on this audio track. Stay with me. First, I need to show you this. I'm clicking on the video track, right? Now, when I click on that video track, I'm also coming over here to click on video to make sure I'm working on the correct deal. You see this keyframe that I dropped? Now, you see this little arrow indicator right here? What that is that will show me where the next keyframe is. So if I have 5, 10, 15, 20 keyframes, it can begin to become a little confusing, especially when you're looking at your clip and you can't just natively see them. You're trying to figure out, man, where did I put that next keyframe? So watch this. When I come here, let's see, I'm getting a little interference. Okay, there we go. When I come and click on this, it's going to automatically put my playhead right there. So I'm using that because I want to mark my track off. So I'm going to come right here. I can press the M on my keyboard. Boop, there it is. The mark appears. So that means that by the time I get here, that's when I want the music to be at full volume of where I want it. Okay, so now I'm going to animate the volume change of this music track. That means I want this music track to start at one volume. When it gets to a certain point, I want it to be at another volume. You can animate that through keyframing. Stay with me. All right. Right now, it's at a minus 30 decibels, right? I'm going to drop a keyframe. Think, just did it. Now, I'm going to come all the way over here to where I want that track to be marked off, where I want that full volume to be. I'm going to make that a minus, let's say, 18, okay? Now, as you can see, it begins to increase, and then it's going to come all the way here to the end. That's the end of my video track, right? I'm going to bring in my little title card at the end, or ending credit card, and then what I'm going to do is I want that volume to go up even more. So I'm going to click back on my audio, and I'm going to come over just probably a few frames. We'll say 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what? Wait a minute. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so we got 1, 2. I can barely see on this. Okay, let me put it right over here. I love how this sounds when it happens because it has that cinematic vibe to it. You say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So basically over half a second, I want that volume to increase even more. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring it up to like a minus 13. Bam, and there we go. And then we'll pull that elbow down on there so it can be fade to black, and same thing for that title card. Now watch what we just created. Oops, gotta turn the volume back up. Gotta unmute the tracks. Okay, here we go. I'll go to push in. So we just animated not only a push in, and we also animated the volume increase. This is what keyframing is, but you can do it for scales, which is what we just did. We just basically animated the scale on that video clip. We just animated the volume increase on the audio. You can do that. You can do the same thing for rotations, for panning. You can do it for pretty much whatever you want to do. And you can do it just about in every panel of DaVinci Resolve. And like I said, this is a free software. You know, a lot of those other softwares that everybody knows how to use, because you just kind of put your clips in there and that's it. And if you want to do stuff like this, where you have this type of control, you got to get that pro feature. But guess what? Right here, it is DaVinci Resolve software. You got it for free. There's a link in the description that I have gone in and navigated all the way to the actual page where all you got to do is select. All you got to do is select either the free version or the studio version. And as far as the song, I got that song from Epidemic Sound. That's the platform I've been using for about the last 4 years, and I like it. You know, it's about $100 for a whole year. You get a chance to use any music you want to, any sound effect, whatever it is that's on it, you get to use it. And they have an app, so you can be able to use it as a playlist just to listen to music if you want to, but it allows you to be able to freely post your content on any platform without having to worry about copyright claims. Because I would love to use some other kinds of music, but like I said, I want to grow my channel. I'm really wanting to grow my channel, so I don't want anything to jump in there and interfere with that. So I'm being very purposeful with what it is that I'm creating. So yeah, one last thing on this, and then we're gonna wrap up this whole keyframing video. I'm gonna click on this. This will just show you another one of those DaVinci Resolve deals. I'm gonna click on my clip right here in my cropping section. How about we come in here? We're gonna put a crop on the very top. I'm gonna do 175 on the top and 175. Look at that. What do I tell you? I keep on. I'm on this MacBook, and I'm used to using my dual monitor, but it's not the most convenient thing for this setup. So anyway, so I've just added a crop on both the top and the bottom, right? I'm at the very beginning of the video. We're getting ready to add a little drama to it. So let's drop a keyframe on both the top and the bottom. So we just locked in those horizontal cinematic bars, right? We're gonna come all the way over to here, because by the time we get to that point where the music volume increases and where our push in is over, I want that to be at 0. So you can even get a quick preview, because remember what that right arrow does, right? Click on that right arrow, let's see. There we go. So by the time we hit our point, we should be at full movie mode, all with animation through keyframes. Keyframes, keyframes, keyframes. You know what else? I got another one for you. Hold on. Let's add one more. Okay. How about we do a composite? We just locked it in, right? I'm getting ready to come right here, and let's choose. Let's see. Difference. I just wanted to do something to be able to show you. Tell you what. Scratch that one. Got another idea. Here we go. This ain't solid color. I'm gonna just drag one of these effects over here real quick, and then we're gonna animate that. All right. Okay, so now we've got. Tell you what, I'm gonna make this a orange. All right, there we go. Okay, now, so I'm gonna come all the way over here. I'm getting ready to animate this whole deal, right? So right here, by the time we get to here, I want that thing to be all the way gone. So now we just animated that, right? You see that? So now watch this. Yeah. So, guys, that's keyframing in a nutshell. Hey, whatever you want to animate, take some parameters, animate them, practice. Try it. You cannot break it. I promise you, you cannot break it. So, look, find something, animate it. You know, I don't care what it is, just animate it, just because it's just one of those things that you end up having to do at some point. So right now, at this beginning phase, it would be great for you to be able to grab a hold of it and just be able to get it. Okay, so find something, get some clips. You can do this on photographs, you can do this on music, you can do this on videos. Find some different things that have parameter changeability, and then just animate it. Just at one point, have it in one place, and then at another point, make it do something different. That way you can get in a habit of using it, and then when you have a more practical use for it or more practical need for it, then you can be able to do that and you'll be able to be comfortable. So guys, I hope that this video has brought some added value to you and your content creation. The way I can be able to bring value is to be able to reach as many people as I can. So if you like this video, share it, like it, comment on it, just give it a subscribe. And feel free to reach out if you got a question. Oh, I got quite a few already in mind that we getting ready to just knock down. So, hey, look, we'll see you in the next video.